Chapter 3: Dawn of a New Nexus. With the Syndicate defeated and the Nexus Web secure, the world entered a new era of progress and innovation. The Nexus Rebellion, once a clandestine resistance, had become an international organization dedicated to the protection and advancement of the Nexus Web. Under Lydia's leadership, they worked tirelessly to ensure that the network's potential was harnessed for the betterment of humanity. As the years passed, the Nexus Web evolved, growing more sophisticated and powerful. The Nexus generation, now firmly embedded in every aspect of society, continued to push the boundaries of what was possible, unlocking new secrets and revolutionizing fields such as medicine, technology, and communication. The Nexus Rebellion, too, underwent a transformation. As the network expanded and new threats emerged, the organization evolved to meet these challenges head-on. The Ghost Division, once a ragtag group of hackers and digital operatives, had become the Rebellion's elite cyber warfare unit, responsible for maintaining the security and integrity of the Nexus Web. But even as the world flourished, there were those who sought to exploit the power of the Nexus Web for their own gain. Rogue factions and shadowy organizations, fueled by greed and ambition, began to emerge, attempting to wrest control of the network from the Nexus Rebellion. One such group, known as the Assembly, had risen to prominence with a single chilling goal: to create a new world order with the Nexus Web as their ultimate weapon. Their methods were brutal and ruthless, and they threatened to plunge the world into chaos once more. As the Assembly's influence spread, Lydia knew that she could not stand idly by. She had dedicated her life to protecting the Nexus Web, and she would not allow it to be corrupted by those who sought to use it for evil. She rallied the Nexus Rebellion and the Ghost Division, preparing for a new battle to safeguard the future of the Nexus Web. The conflict that followed would come to be known as the Assembly Crisis. The Nexus Rebellion faced an enemy unlike any they had encountered before, one that wielded the power of the Nexus Web with ruthless efficiency and had no qualms about using it to inflict untold suffering on the world. As the battle raged, Lydia and her allies fought tirelessly to counter the Assembly's advances, waging a digital war that spanned the entire Nexus Web. They faced not only the Assembly's formidable cyber warfare capabilities, but also their sinister attempts to manipulate and control the minds of the Nexus Web's users. But the Nexus Rebellion was not alone in its struggle. The Nexus generation, now experienced and battle-hardened, rose up to defend the network that they had grown up with. They fought alongside the Rebellion, lending their skills and expertise to the cause. The war against the Assembly was brutal and unforgiving, with both sides suffering heavy losses. But through sheer determination and the unwavering belief in the power of the Nexus Web, the Nexus Rebellion and the Nexus generation ultimately emerged victorious. The Assembly's reign of terror was brought to an end, and the Nexus Web was once again secure. The world breathed a collective sigh of relief, grateful for the efforts of Lydia and her allies. In the wake of the Assembly crisis, the Nexus Rebellion redoubled its efforts to protect and advance the Nexus Web.